Here comes Moonracer. Yeah boy, your Shoemmelier is back with another sneakervention. About 4 months ago, I reviewed the Nike Vapor Street Flyknit. And I actually wore that shoe for the first time this past Saturday at a college football game, Hook 'em Horns. Even though they won, it wasn't that good. In the last month, Nike released the Moonracer, which also contains the same Nike React type midsole. Now I actually hadn't planned on reviewing the Moonracer since it was so close to the Vapor Street, but since the Vapor Street did tend to do a little bit of number on my heel, which we'll talk about later, I decided we should talk about this shoe. So today, we're going to be talking about the Nike Moonracer in the black, sail, and Volt colorway. So pull up a shoe and let's kick off this trainer session. August 2nd saw the release of the Nike Moonracer not only in the black sail Volt colorway, but also in the black, white, and wolf gray colorway. It retailed for 150 US American ducktails, and you can find a full-size run of both colorways on Nike.com. The shoe is mostly constructed of mesh with suede overlays on the toe, heel, and side panel. While the upper's overall look appears to resemble the Nike Moon shoe, consider me one of the many who feels this shoe has Nike Cortez undertones. This retro-inspired upper sits atop a Nike React midsole, similar to the Vapor Street Flyknit model. Here, I have the Moonracer, and here, I have the Vapor Street. As you can see, the outsoles are quite similar. In fact, I'd wager to say they're the exact same, colorway notwithstanding. They are both thick, with 2 C's, and as you can see, are both very, very thin in the midfoot, as well as the heel. And not quite yet, but I will get into why I think that's why my foot has been hurting for 3 days now. Let's quickly go over the shoe. On the front of the shoe, you'll find the nylon material on the upper, split down the middle by a suede strip, which goes all the way to the eyelets, where your flat laces go through, and your laces are the same color, sail, as the upper. On the medial side of the shoe, you will find a giant, oversized, black, tumbled leather swoosh with that sail stitching, and you'll also find that same swoosh on the lateral side of the shoe. However, there is another swatch of suede on the lateral side of the shoe with 4 perforations or speed holes that actually aren't real perforations because underneath you can still see the nylon, so it's just for looks. Wrapping around the back of the shoe, you find a leather heel cap or heel counter that extends to the top of the back of the shoe. And on the back of the shoe, you find that aforementioned leather pull tab with Nike branding embossed on it. And this is made of a very thin material, so probably should be careful when you pull your shoe on using it. On the inside of the shoe, you find a non-removable insole with a cool moon graphic on it, as well as a bright orange Nike swoosh. And then we get to the midsole of the shoe, which is all that thick, once again with 2 C's, React technology, with grooves that go in different directions depending on which layer of the React you're looking at. On the lateral and medial side of the shoe, you find that Volt yellow color extending from the toe box till about 3/4 of the way down to the shoe. And on the bottom of the shoe, you find a black rubber outsole on the front part of the shoe underneath the toe area, and then 2 clear rubber pods on the back of the shoe towards the heel, your black Nike swoosh branding, and the remainder of the outsole is your React technology. When it comes to fit, I wear a size 9 pretty universally across Adidas, Nike, Puma, New Balance, etc. My foot is a normal size foot, though it is closer to a narrower foot than it is a wider foot. I ordered my true to size, a size 9, and boy is this shoe thin. It is narrow. Looking at the outsole, you can see right here just how narrow it is, and it doesn't get much thicker as it moves to the back of the shoe. So if you have a wider foot, you may consider going up half a size. I'm not totally sure that that's what you need to do, but to me, it already feels very thin right here. So if you can try it on, you probably should, just to be on the safe side. Now, as I mentioned, when I wore the Vapor Street this weekend, it hurt my right foot. Now, this is a very soft cushion. It is very comfortable, very squishy. I think it's wonderful. However, because it's so thin right here and thin in the back, I may have had to change my gait, may have had to change the way I walk. I don't really know. I just know that by the end of being on my feet for 12 hours, my right foot hurt. It was towards this area right here that whenever I stepped, it just felt sore. I don't have plantar fasciitis. I don't have flat feet. I don't have fallen arches. But for the first time in as long as I can remember, in fact, I'm not even sure I can remember a time when only one foot hurt and when it only hurt in a certain spot. Now, I don't have anything else to blame other than the fact that this was very narrow, so I'm quite scared to actually wear a different shoe, but it has the same outsole. I will be wearing this shoe on Saturday, so we're gonna find out, was it the outsole that caused it? I hope not, because I'm gonna be gone for 12 hours and I'm not gonna be able to change shoes. But for you, I'm willing to take the chance. We'll find out, huh? Overall, I think this is a pretty cool shoe. The 3 reasons I wanted to buy this shoe: number 1, I felt like they took a Nike Cortez and put it on the React cushioning, and I dug that. Number 2, the giant black oversized Nike swoosh. Right now, I am totally into oversized logo work, and I think this is just like pop. Number 3, the snap and the crackle and the poppin' and lockin' comes from the Volt Green splash of color right here on the midsole. I'm totally into Volt Green, Volt Yellow. This was Volt Yellow. Did I say Volt Green? Volt Yellow. I'm totally into the Volt colorways that Nike and Adidas are throwing out right now. So you add that to a very muted colorway of beige, sand, sail, throw some black on it, and have this Volt, and it pops and locks. However, when I ordered the shoe, I hadn't actually worn the Vapor Street, so I didn't know that this might cause a little havoc on my foot. So we're gonna find out if it will indeed cause more havoc or if it was a one-time only deal. Here's hoping. Is it worth the $150 ducktail price tag? No. I think this is probably a $120 shoe. Don't get me wrong, I know R&D, technology, all those things that go into this shoe. But the upper is kind of lacking in premium, in luxury, in material. So I think if you take into account the nylon, the suede, the leather, it's kind of like B, C grade material, and you put it on the React, it's an $120 shoe. $180 seems to be the highest price point, with $150 being mid and $120 being third tier. This is closer to a third tier shoe than it is a second tier shoe. If you can find it on sale, you probably should get it for sale. And if both colorways are sitting on Nike.com, it's only a matter of time before you're gonna get both of these at a pretty discounted price. Any of you out there get the Moon Racer or maybe even the Vapor Street? Curious if I'm the only one having problems with the outsole and the narrowness and how it works with my feet. It's not like I use these shoes for running or any sport-like activity other than walking and climbing stairs or going up a ramp over and over again to the top of the stadium. So I'm hoping to find out if anyone else is having these problems. Leave a message below, holler at your boy. If you like this video, maybe you were tired of all the Ultra Boost videos I've been putting out, why don't you give this one, about a Nike shoe, a thumbs up? And maybe even click that red subscribe button for thoughts and prayer emojis. And as always, thanks for watching. Stay tuned and just chill. Till the next episode.